My name is Serge ZIMALETA. I'm 37 years old, and yes, I experienced success after buying my first home for cash. Back in 2011, I was broke, but I learned to solve problems on my own. Now, I'm helping others to solve their problems. I know what pitfalls to avoid to stay profitable in business. Need motivation to be more successful in your life? Do you have sprint or expedite or business problems? Then subscribe. Let's find creative solutions to your problems. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of my helpful videos.
Hello guys, and welcome to another David ZIMALETA. Today's video I want to talk about expedite, fair pricing, and possibly you guys starting your own company by actually getting your own MCDOT. Technically, you would have your own company, but you just man, I can't believe, like, it looks like I'm like shaded, like I got a black eye or something. Okay, never mind. Guys, we are paying so much for insurance that we're actually overpaying. We're paying more than it's required to actually open up a motor carrier number. That's what I'm getting at. So here's what I recommend, guys. If you're planning to stay in this business long term, if you just bought a new van, you are planning to stay long term, don't even confuse yourself. This is going to be temporary, because chances are you're not getting paid enough, and that van of yours in a couple of years is going to depreciate. You're actually going to be at a loss of money, and something needs to be done about it. If you've been keeping up with my videos, you kind of know where I'm kind of going with this. I've been trying to get drivers together on the same page. This is a recent type of thing, so I think it's going to be important to sign up for my YouTube channel. I mean, it's free. Just hit subscribe and monitor for these videos every single day, because what I do is I make videos every single day, and they're pretty important videos, and I can update you on recent events, what's going on, what we're doing, and stuff like that. So we will get to the portion where you open up your company. I'm going to explain how that's going to work. We're going to touch on a subject first right now. How are we going to actually get all the drivers on the same page? Guys, if you're serious about expediting, actually getting paid, and based on what kind of feedback that I'm getting, at least 400 of you guys are very serious. And this is within 24 hours of the video actually going live. Actually less than 24 hours. In another 8 hours, that video will have a lot more views than 400. But anyways, obviously a lot of you guys are serious. So how are we going to get drivers on the same page? Well, it is easy. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to need to do several type of things. We are, as drivers, need to actually visit truck stops where we're going to stand. And for the next month, let's have a conversation going about this, guys. Talk about, you know, my videos, your feelings with other drivers. At least do like one person a day if you're going to be at a truck stop. I mean, if you're driving, that is fine. A lot of times there's guys that are sitting around like in a group, and they're talking. Now, don't worry about if these guys are speaking Russian. Guess what? I'm going to make some videos in Russian. But because I think in English, even though I'm Russian, I lived here since I was 12 years old. I'm 37 now. This is all I know. I'm as much of a U.S. citizen as any of you guys. Like, I feel like I'm almost like natural born, because I really grew up here. But I do speak Russian every day, so I may have an accent as well now. I used to actually not have an accent as well. But that does not matter. But what does matter is I speak another language. I'm able to speak to Russians and Ukrainians. I happen to be both. I'm a mixture of Ukrainian and Russian, half and half. But really, if you guys see my DNA test, I'm not none of those. I'm actually Lithuanian 96%. And then I have a mixture of other countries in me as well. So, but I speak, you know, like Russian and English, so I'm gonna make some videos like that. I'm also going to be talking to other drivers, which I don't do enough. Probably should do a little bit more, because a lot of times when I'm expediting, I find other things to do besides sitting in a truck stop. And now it being cold and stuff, you might not want to really get out there, but maybe meet an expediter inside of the truck stop or something, and we'll go walk and, you know, talk and stuff. And spread the news. Give him my channel, guys. let them subscribe, because this is going to be very important for the next step. For the next step to get into the same page, and for the next step for all of us that are gonna take this seriously. We're gonna open up MC number, guys, possibly the DOT number. So I'm gonna do it first, and I'm gonna guide you guys in opening up one yourself. Now, I'm doing it for a different reason. I'm not going to be staying in expedite as far as I know, like as far as being a driver, but I'm actually going to truly become somebody that's going to bid in his own loads. And I'm not going to be focusing primarily on the Sprinter loads, even though that really makes sense. But if I am successful at getting brokers to work with me for the Sprinters, why not? Then of course I'll do that. But I'm going to be going into the trucking side, because guys, looking at the Sprinters, there's no money here. There's no money to be made if I open up like an expedite company. That's actually initially what I was talking about in some of my podcasts, like recent as a month ago. There's just not a lot of money there, because here's what's happening. It's like a Ukrainian movie I've seen. It was a big movie, like a big show. And I actually want to make a reenactment of this, except for the expedite thing, and you know, to give you guys a visual, okay? It's like, you know the saying how in Russia there's like bad roads, and Ukraine, same thing. Some Russians might say, oh, it's excellent roads. Okay, you know, but most Russians say the roads in Russia are terrible, and you know, and a bunch of drunk people as well. And yeah, sorry guys about this noise, but I gotta make videos when I can, you know, driving and stuff. Just picked up a load here in North Carolina, and I was not able to get a load for like a week. So it's not the prices, in fact, it's just no loads, guys. So, which is really important to stick together with this video, and us drivers sticking together, because it's not the price anymore. Yes, supply and demand, we could change all that. Who cares about all that? We should not be driving for pennies. Yes, there's less loads, but let's look at it this way. If you're the only driver for that same company, that company is going to try to get you out, because they're not making money if they don't get you out. So if you're the only one, you have nothing to worry about, they're going to try to give you what you're worth, and at that point, not try to steal your money. If you insist on it. If you don't, they're going to say 60 cents for you, and then you're going to think it's, at least you're moving, at least it's something. At least you're, you know, gonna change location. I'm thinking if you really need to change location, then just that head there. Just don't ruin prices, guys, because this is not like a daily decision. This is a daily decision that all the drivers are making. Oh, I'm just gonna take this less money out of Laredo because I'll move to a new location. It's better than heading, right? Wrong. Because next time you're gonna be in Laredo, I mean, you wasn't planning to take a low price, but now the price is so bad you can't even get out for any better. And the pricing could be bad because it got ruined by everybody, or it could be bad because the broker is selling the, you know, the load very cheap to the logistics company, or logistics to the broker. I mean, everybody is taking a chunk out of it that there's no telling what has happened. But chances are, before the load went to you, it went through 5 hands, 5 companies, or even more. It's like, this is like the Russian movie that I wanted to explain, actually a Ukrainian movie. They're actually talking about how these things are going out in Ukraine. Like, the road needs to be put through a certain town, it's really bad. So the government's like, yeah, we're gonna build new roads, we're gonna build new roads, we're gonna build new roads, people. And the people are like, yeah, where's the new roads, you know? So, but the government did order new roads, you know? So they call up the president tells to his who's ever guy in charge of the roads, right? I don't know what that position is. If you guys know, put it in the comments below. So he calls him up. He says, listen, we need roads. He says, how much money we're gonna get for this roads? He says, okay, let's just use like whole numbers. I'm gonna give you 7 million for these new roads. He's like, okay. So it's more, you know, so he's this guy that does the roads. He's gonna call up this big shot company that supposedly have like so many of their trucks and equipment, you know, to the roads. They call him up and say, hey, listen, we need to do roads. He said, how much you paid? We're paying 5 million. So already they stole like 2 million out of it. So that guy that's really big and stuff like that, you know, he's like, okay. He calls up the next contractor. That's also big. Hey, listen, we gotta get the roads done. I got a project for you. How much you paying for the project? We're paying $3 million. $3 million's not a lot. Can you do more? No, we can only do $3 million. Okay. All right. So this guy then calls the next guy up and says, hey, we gotta get the roads done, blah, 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 in such and such a place. He's like, how much are you paying? We're paying $1 million to get it done. Wow, $1 million is not that much. I mean, I don't know if we could do it for that much. He's like, well, $1 million, that's all they're giving us. The government's giving us only $1 million for it. All right, let's see what we're gonna do. So this guy calls up another company. Hey, we gotta get the roads fixed. And this guy's already pissed off because he knows he's constantly getting ripped off. All right, how much you giving? $500,000. He's like, that's nothing for the road. We need this, we need that, da 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 da. So he gets it for $500,000. Then he's gonna call up a team of regular contractors locally and probably give him like $300,000. And then you got a next picture. It's showing that there is no real equipment and stuff. They got like no gravel, no asphalt, like no trucks and stuff. And they got these buckets and shovels, literally, like these workers. And the workers are pissed as everything. They're like, where's all this money? Like, when you did it, they're like, yeah, but you know, they're complaining to the boss. Yeah, but the government's not giving it to us. This is all they gave us. And they're like, we're gonna protest, we're gonna do this and that. Guys, this is what's going on with us right now. When a factory gets a load, and correct me if I'm wrong, guys, if you're in this business, you're somebody like a broker, correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. So if a factory gets all these loads, let's say somebody like Ford, they got all these loads, they gotta get covered. So they trust probably a broker, probably not one of them, probably several different brokers. So they're telling the broker, hey, we need all these loads covered. This is how many loads we're gonna give you. And they probably give them like a certain amount of loads because they got a contract with them. Now, sometimes they might have a direct contract, like there's nobody else there, but I'm guessing that for somebody like Ford, they're gonna have more than one broker because you can't like rely on like one guy, right? Can you? Okay. So anyways, the Ford's gonna say, listen, we're gonna pay like $4 a mile for all of these loads. And if you're thinking I'm wrong about this, think again. You know, I've spoken to Ford guys, you know, when I deliver stuff, and sometimes they talk to me. Yeah, with Ford, nothing's ever cheap. Everything's expensive. They're paying expensive for this. Da, 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 da. So they're paying top dollar. I mean, look at the pricing of the cars. Like, it's definitely reflecting their cost because probably one of their highest costs is probably like delivery as well. You know, because a lot of it is expedited. But anyways, the broker's probably getting $4. But this broker's got a friend broker. And he's thinking, okay, well, he doesn't have like one friend. He's got 100 friends. And he got his 10 favorite. He's gonna call up each of those brokers and say, listen, I have like 100 loads. Well, I mean, he's got more than that. He's got like thousands of loads. He's like, listen, I got hundreds of loads leaving in such and such a week, or like month, or like per month for you. Can you manage it? Yes. How much you paying me for that? $3 a mile. Okay. See what we can do. So he calls up all of those different brokers up, and he splits up the load. So he gets away with it. So he gets cut from every single load. I mean, this broker's getting rich. So now all these other brokers are getting rich. So these other brokers are thinking, shoot, 100. So let me maybe call 10 of my friends. Hey, I got these, 10 loads here, 20 there. How much, can you do them for? $2 okay? Yeah, $2 okay. So that broker then goes and he starts calling companies directly. Like all these logistics companies.
1.6 miles.
Hey, I see, you got vans, blah, 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 in such and such an area. Hey, we need these loads to be covered. Can you cover it for us? Okay. How much you gonna do it for? We're gonna do it for $1.50. That's too much. I need it to be down $1.20, for instance. Gives it to them for $1.20. And then a company is like, logistical company, they're getting like $1.20, and then they're gonna call up like their own other companies, other logistics companies. hey, listen, I got this load. I see you got a driver sitting in Michigan. Do you want this load? How much you paying for that load? We're gonna pay you $1.05. Okay, I'll take it. So they're gonna call up a driver, give him like 80 cents at best, most likely 60 cents, and they're gonna steal 45 cents out of the load. Yet leave the driver paying all the expenses, right? Let's say they don't get it covered. You know, that company says, oh, the drivers are busy. Okay, let's take it and select this for even less. And now select this, you throw it in there like in a pile of select this, like all these loads, and all these more than 700 legit, like expedite companies. They're like a bunch of hungry dogs. Like they're just biting all these loads, like really quickly, like within seconds. They're all hungry for money. Like they started up the companies. They really want this because, you know, they gotta make money. They gotta pay rent. They gotta pay bills. So, you know, they're paying their drivers and stuff. And then they're calling up drivers saying, we got a cheap broker. Like they're pretending like they're talking to a broker, like they're big shots. But they don't got no broker. They just got it from Selectus. Oh, you know, we got this cheap broker now. Can you take 70 cents? Can you take 75, 65? No, how about 70 cents? Oh, okay, you know, and then like you're taking it, but the only cheap ones there is themselves, and everybody else that's before that has stolen all the money. Guys, I lost count how many times I make it to a destination, and here's what I see. I'm picking up a load, and this company's telling me, hey, I would have done this myself. Hey, you're probably getting paid a lot, right? I'm like, I'm getting pretty good, you know. How much are you getting paid? I'm like, well, I pretend like a company employee. I'm a company employee. I get a paycheck, you know. They're like, yeah, well, I would do this myself. Really? So, why aren't you doing it? I won't fit in my car, truck in my car, because it's a skid. And then he'll have like, I don't know, like some kind of Buick or something. And like, okay, how much is the load paying? If you don't mind me asking. I'm just a company guy, but you know, I'm interested. Yeah, man, it's paying $5 a mile. I'm like, really? So I'm thinking, okay, I know who I got this load from. I got it from my company, but who did they get it from? They got it from Bolt. They got it from Bolt. So I'm thinking, who stole the money? Was it Bolt? Was it people before Bolt? I mean, somebody's making money, but the load keep getting sold. But guys, to be honest with you, I've been so many times at truck stops talking to Bolt guys. And Bolt is one of the sneaky guys. You know, I remember when this company in 2009, they were no bigger than TNK. Actually, I work for TNK Nationwide. You don't hear of them anymore because they're no longer in business. But TNK was a pretty decent company. And they pretended like they were big. You know, they had an office. They pretended they had a plane. Or at least, you know, they had a picture of it on the wall. Huge picture of a plane with TNK Nationwide on it. So I remember when I was at truck stop and Bolt literally had like flyers. Bunch of nice, colorful, like door hanger flyers. And they were going around every single van, inviting drivers to work with them. Like literally door to door for van drivers. I got one of those flyers before. I really never worked with them. I actually did not take them seriously at the time. You know, I remember back then just looking at their vans. They had like a Bolt sticker. I could tell it's like a brand new company that just propped up. And I'm thinking, how serious can they be? You know, but when Bolt actually grew and got bigger, you know, they got smarter, I guess. Smarter in how to keep more money for themselves. But what's going on is now, I'm standing at truck stop, talking to Bolt guys, and I get a call because their load got sold to me. So why didn't they load these Bolt guys first? I mean, is the company like so concerned with making money that they'd rather have their drivers sit there because they could make a quick buck and take the responsibility out from themselves? Maybe that's the case. And they probably have their guys there. And this has happened in Laredo. This is actually where I've been catching them. Laredo, where they have the warehouse. And then you got these bold guys talking amongst each other. Says, listen, let's not leave for less than 85 cents. Okay? We're in agreement? Yes. And then you got some jerk leaving for 75. You know, like the smart one out of the group. They're like, I can't believe you left. We had an agreement. That load, they called me up first. But I didn't take it because 85. But they called it each guy's up. Guys, you gotta be on the same page. Don't be the wise guy. Oh, I'm gonna be the one that's getting loaded. I'm gonna take advantage of these guys not taking a load for the price. Because guys, guess what? Why do you think we're doing this? Because we're trying to make more money? Like, by like making like more and more money? Like, because we're not making enough money. Like, this job is costing us so much money, but we're not making enough. I mean, realistically speaking, let's look at this whole thing. What's more important, time or money? I know you're probably gonna say money, but guess what's more important? Time. Time's more important. Why is time more important? Well, a lot of reasons. I'm not gonna get into too many of those, but I'm gonna tell you this. You are providing time for expedite away from your family. I mean, what kind of job is this that now is becoming like a job, no longer a business, that you're away from your family for 3 weeks at a time? You know, some of these guys that I know, they got a bunch of little kids. Like, they have like 5, 6 kids sometimes. You know, and they're not even there for the kids. I mean, why? You know, because they can't afford to stay home. Because they gotta stay away. Why is that? Because they're not making enough to begin with. I mean, don't you think if they made a little more, maybe they could spend a week with their family at home, you know? But even a week. I mean, let's do the math here, guys. We are limited human beings. Like I'm 37 years old. I got into this business 12 years ago. At the age of 25. I thought it was going to be part-time, but it's not, because this is still better paying than anywhere else. And what am I getting at? Look how quickly. I'm 37. Did I really make a ton of money? Sure, I own my own house for cash now. But what did I have to do to accomplish that? I literally had to, like, scrape for money, guys. I had to really look, like, literally, like, in my ashtray for money and into my couches at the time of co-signing, because I literally barely had enough. And that's just for $13,000. So yeah, don't think I'm pretending to be smart. Because, guys, I'm just like you. I just have a voice. I'm just like you. I'm working all these years for less money now than I used to. So it's getting even harder now. So when I was making like $1.20 to $1.80, I was not able to really save, because that's not enough money. It's too much depreciation, too much cost for everything. So now it's even getting worse. So, I mean, it's really kind of like slavery. We are working for nothing. We're being away from our families. If you really calculate how long you're away, guys, I'll tell you how long I was away. I was away sometimes 3 weeks to a month, guys, sometimes 6 weeks. Why? I was hustling like crazy. I was taking every single load that I could get. Not cheap loads, 80 cents loads, but not cheap loads. And I was going against the current, man, because my Sprinter was breaking down. I keep needing to get parts. So as soon as I collect any money, I'm spending money in service, I'm spending money on upkeep, I'm spending money for breakdowns, parts and what have you, then insurance, then bills, on and on and on and on. And it's really hard to save. This is why it's taken so long for me to finally be able to buy a place 3 years ago. A rundown place. Like, this place nobody wanted. The only reason I took it, because I took a risk. I'm a risk taker. I took something and I, you know, upgraded it. Because here's what I know. I was spending close to excuse me, guys, I'm still sick and I'm working because I need the money. I was spending close to $1,000 in rent. Okay, started out being 800, spent there 8 years. Every single year they raise rents. but I'm not getting paid anymore. That's the same thing for everything, guys. In every year, the price goes up by like 10%. Anywhere you go, guys, why is our money not going up? Fuel prices going up, food prices going up. Fast food has gone up. Shoot, fast food nowadays is costing the same as you could go in a restaurant, like literally. Like I just bought like 2 cups of coffee and a $1 sandwich. I paid $5 at McDonald's. $1 sandwich, like $1 $1 sausage McMuffin. Because they raise the price of coffees and everything like that, but to me, one of the most important things is just having coffee. I don't know, it's like, because it's boring, you know, to drive sometimes, and, you know, you have nothing to do, so I like to, you know, sip on the coffee and stuff. It's not that I'm sleepy, I really enjoy coffee. But, but anyways, guys, speaking of this expedite thing, I want to see more people own their own houses, and you won't be able to do that the way things are going. That's unfortunate, because now, I mean, it's tough just to pay your bills, you know. But here's what you could do. You could do something like I did. You could buy a rundown house, and you're gonna have to live like a bum pretty much in it, because it's not gonna have a lot of amenities. And every month, you're gonna need to do improvements. If you're saving $1,000 a month in rent, that means you're investing $1,000 into your own home. Before you know it, it's gonna be something pretty good. So, that being said, I know I said it before, I'm at close to $40,000 invested. I'm gonna be a lot more invested. This is not including the house by the time I'm done. It's not surprising, I literally rebuilt the place. This is not just like replacing some windows and doing some drywall. You know, I mean, I really rebuilt the place to be of the desired quality, to be a nice, comfortable home for my family, including changing the floor plan of it. I mean, I've really done more than a lot of people plan to do. I even changed the entire roof, made it vaulted. I mean, imagine all the stuff I had to demolish and do. I mean, you don't have to go that far. But I did it kind of like TV shows. Came in there, got in the place, and then I'm thinking, shit, where am I gonna get all the money to fix it now? But so I don't recommend you do that right away. But you know, I always take risks, so not sometimes I don't make the wisest decisions all the time. But I don't regret it one bit. I was renting at the time and trying to fix, because I bought it like in July and it's renting all the way till like November. So this November, it's been 3 years since I owned my place, since I actually lived in it. But if you think about it, guys, I lived there for 3 years, so $1,000 every single month invested into my house. It is $36,000. So it's unreasonable. It's not unreasonable to say that I spent $40,000. Now, I stopped writing things down in March. In March, I had a figure of $27,000. Since then, I've bought more and more and more stuff, and I still got more ways to go. Some things I had to redo a couple times because I didn't do it the right way the first time. So I had to redo it. Others, I had to, like, I've redesigned the plan. I was going with one plan. Along the way, I changed the designs. Shoot, like you won't imagine how many times I've redesigned my house. But anyways, it's not a topic about that. But what is important, guys, is to look a little bit in the future and imagine yourself having a place. You can't have a place of your own if you're gonna take these cheap prices. Now, I've been really surprised. For the past couple weeks, I've been meeting different drivers, and they have a small place like I do, but everybody had a paid-for place for cash, which is very surprising to me. Normally, I don't see that at all. Like, normally drivers are just barely meeting their obligations. Because how can you? With $700 to $800 to $900 van payments, $1,500 insurance, $2,000 to $3,000 diesel every single month. We're just talking monthly expenses. Then you got your phone. Some of you guys paying $300. If you are, switch to straight talk. $45 a month plus tax, be about $50. I got the $55 plan, which ultimately costs about $60. So it cost me like, for 2 lines, $120 basically, you know, so it's not a big deal. But guys, in order to get to the next step in life, you gotta learn how to make more money, spend less money, have a higher quality of life, have the ability to stay with your family, which is also the topic of this video. Because we're not spending time with the family, and we're not making enough money. So I guess in conclusion of this video, it's going to be important to open up our motor carrier number, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. I'm gonna do a screen recording of me opening up my own. I'm gonna have to blur some parts out that I don't want you to see for obvious reasons. But I do want to guide you guys and provide information how you could actually open it. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of people that it's not going to be that serious. So, in order to keep this serious, I'm not going to have a free video when it comes to opening up your motor carrier number. Here's a couple reasons. First of all, if I open up my own motor carrier number and could load everybody, right, I'm going to be the one that's making money. But here's the thing, I am not greedy, okay? I much rather not have you guys work for me or give me a chance to load you guys. I much rather all the drivers take this back for themselves. I'm going to put a reasonable price on the video. I'll tell you why I'm going to do it. It's because if it's going to be free, you're not going to take it seriously. You're really not. Put it in the comments below if you think I'm right. Guys, I don't take things seriously if I don't have to pay for it. I've paid almost, well, I didn't pay $5,000, but I paid like in a value of $5,000 worth of books from Audible. I bought them all on sale and stuff. The only reason I bought those books for $40 and $50 a piece is because if there's money, like if that book is sold for good money, then there's value. When something's free, there's no value. Also, I want to have this to be a paid one because I want only serious guys, you know, to get in there and open it up. Not people that don't want to take it seriously and drive for 60 cents. If you want to drive for 60 cents, go ahead. We are going to be bidding our loads directly and sometimes have a company backing us up and making more money while we're doing it. So for 60 cents, you're not going to stay in business more than 2 years. You're going to fail. So you're going to need to wise up and actually do that. But anyways, guys, this video has been long enough. Take care. God bless you. See you guys in my next video. And yes, guys, the most important thing I do also want to mention, why am I going to charge for this service? The guys that are cheap and they're driving for 65 cents, they're going to be too cheap to pay for my little program. They're not going to pay for it, and they're going to continue taking those cheap 65 cents rates. But I don't want to have this available for those drivers, you know, to just say, hey, listen, this is how you open up an MC. Because chances are they would never do it if they never seen somebody do it. And do you really want to have those guys that take 60 cents and now mess it up for everybody else that's trying to really make legitimate like money? So when you open it up, you don't want to have to compete against those guys that's driving for 60 cents. Like, that's bullcrap. So I want to keep those guys away from my program. So if they want to pay for it, then they're serious enough to change their mindset and actually start, you know, start thinking for themselves and start making money the way you're supposed to really start making money, working for the proper amount of money. I know I say money, money, money all the time, but hey, this is not why we're having a conversation. That's what's important. Money is important. It might not make you happy, but it sure will pay the bills. Definitely could be pissed off if you don't have money. But I certainly don't want to be in competition with those same, I'm gonna call idiots that take it for 60 cents. I don't want to be in competition with them with motor carrier numbers. Like now they're bidding for 60 cents. It's ridiculous. So stupid. And if the companies are actually bidding those stupid rates, then they're stupid. Like, why are they even in business? Like, do they literally think that drivers are going to be just dumb enough and keep taking those ridiculous rates? Things are not getting any cheaper. So that is definitely like another important thing. And one other thing that I do want to mention, I keep getting asked if I know of the services that open up the motor carrier numbers. I've heard of some services that are like $700 to $1,000 that open up motor carrier number for you. I don't know how good they are, what they do and stuff like that. But here's what I'm going to do. Once I'm going to open up mine, I'm going to have a service myself. And if your directions of me showing you how to open it up it's not something you want to go through, maybe you could actually pay me and I'll actually open up one for you. That way you could have one. Because I'm noticing that this is an issue with a lot of guys. Like, they would open it up, but if somebody else would open it up, like they'd rather pay and not worry about paperwork. Guys, I'm very good with paperwork. Actually, paperwork is something I used to do before doing all this expedite thing. And of course, I mean, I deal with paperwork now, but I used to deal with a lot more of it. So I'm pretty good with dealing with paperwork. So I know what to do. But anyways, guys, on that note, have a good one. See you later.